So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to come down here and we're going to change our map properties. We're going to set our tile set to be interior because we're going to do a classroom. We're going to set the width to be 19 and the height to be 21. It's going to increase the size of our canvas a little bit, make it quite a bit taller. Since we're doing an interior map, let's go ahead and start by framing the ceiling. Let's start at the bottom and bring it up about 3 tiles. We're going to add a wall in here later, and so we want to have enough room to do that. Let's make the left side about 2 tiles wide. The top will be 1 because we're going to have a wall canvassing right here too. Let's make the right side about 3 tiles wide because we're going to end up putting a door in here a little bit later. So let's add in the floor here. Let's finish filling up our empty space, and we're going to do that by combining 2 floor tiles. We're going to combine these gray tiles and these yellow gold tiles. We're going to make a little pattern on the floor, and then we're going to right click and we're going to drag down to select those. And once we got that selected, we can just click and drag those on up there, and it's going to fill up our entire empty canvas pretty quickly, and it still looks pretty good. So let's go ahead and put some walls in here and give some depth to it a little bit. So let's start at the bottom. We'll just take that up 2. When we go to the top here, we're actually going to bring this down 4. Not only does that serve our purpose later for a bigger wall canvas, but it also gives the player a feeling that they're a little bit smaller than normal. Now I don't really like how blocky this looks, so let's go ahead and add another segment of wall there, and then select the ceiling again and add a tile of that right there in the corner, and that's going to cut up that auto tiling and make it look really nice. So it's looking like a room, but we need to make it look like a classroom. So let's go ahead and select this desk tile. We're just going to drag that over, and we're going to make it about 3 tiles wide. We're going to select that and select this pencil tool. Then we can just stamp these desks on here. It's kind of looking like a classroom, but the teacher needs a desk too. So let's go ahead and add that there and make hers a little bit bigger. That looks pretty good. So let's move on to tile set B. Now we need to decorate these canvases with things that we know schools have. So we know they have windows. Let's go ahead and put those in there. We know they have bookshelves, so let's put these here. We'll mix it up a little bit. Alright. Seats are pretty important. Students need somewhere to sit, so let's add a couple of those to each of these desks here. We're going to add a couple extras around the edge, not only to break up the map a little bit, but you know, in case other students visit or parents come to sit in the class. We're going to just kind of add some of these tiles here and decorate it up a bit. Now, most of these tiles are wall canvas tiles, and I'm kind of excited about working on the floor canvas right now, so let's skip those for now, and we'll add in a bucket. I believe that a school could have a bucket. Let's go to tile set C. Now this is where it gets exciting for school tiles. You get all of these book tiles that you can place on different desks. You can have, you know, people reading things. You can have books open or closed. You have all these different papers that you can have people taking notes. Let's see, that guy and that guy will be taking notes. This guy will be pretty unorganized, I think. And then we have a map for this guy here in the center. He's kind of into exploring. It's an adventure game kind of, right? So we kind of broke that up. What else can we do? We got some crates here. Let's fill one of those crates up with some items and belongings. We have a basket. We could put that right there. And that looks like just about everything that we have. Let's see. Well, maybe we could put a potion on the teacher's desk. Instead of an apple, she has a potion. So our floor canvas is looking pretty good. Let's finish it off by just throwing some of these cracks in here and just kind of breaking it up. What floor doesn't look better with cracks? A couple of cracks in it. Okay, well, we'll do that. Alright, so Now let's go ahead and work on our wall canvas. The most important part of a classroom is going to be this, the chalkboard. And I'm sure that these things don't even exist anymore, but they're still very iconic to schools, so when you throw that in there, people who are playing are going to know. We built that out of this green carpet, this green rug auto tile, and it worked out pretty well. With the auto tile of the wall, it even managed to kind of frame the bottom of our chalkboard, but we want to frame the sides too. So let's go ahead and go to these banisters, and we can just slide these in here, these tiles. Just slide it on both sides. That one creates a double shadow, so let's go ahead and get the shadow tool and erase that. And that chalkboard turned out pretty well, I think. Let's go ahead and finish giving the walls some personality. Maybe give them some cracks. Maybe, what did we skip up here? Got some papers here. Schools would have papers on the wall. This one maybe got torn down. So our map is looking pretty good. The last couple things we need to add is we got to add the door over here. So let's select the wall tile again, and then we're going to just take it down 3. Now we're only doing 3 because it's a door. It doesn't need all 4. And then let's go down and we'll select this gray floor tile, and then we're going to put it right there, and that's where we'd put a transfer event because that's the exit of the room there. So now let's add some events. No map is really done without adding some events. So let's go ahead and find something interesting here. We got a deck of cards, so we're going to add that, and whoever's sitting here is going to be playing with some cards. We're going to copy that event, and then we're going to paste it up here on top of this bookshelf. Now let's go ahead. We did that because once you have a graphic in here, if you double click on that, it opens up your tile set, and you don't have to scroll down and find it again. You're just right there. So I noticed this, the upside down stool. Let's go ahead and put that on top of that bookshelf there. Now the last thing we should probably think about adding is some chalk for the chalkboard. Can't really have a chalkboard without having chalk. So let's find something that's kind of white and dispersed. That's perfect. And then we'll change this to be a higher frequency and speed. And then we're going to customize the move route. What we're going to do here is we're going to change the occupancy to 50. And we're going to take off this repeat. What that's going to do is that's actually going to make it so that 80% of what that graphic is invisible. So we're only seeing 20% of that. We're going to copy that, and we're going to paste it right there. We're going to double click on here, and we're going to change this graphic a little bit. We're going to select the next one over, and we're going to change the move route. Now we're going to leave the occupancy the same. We're going to change the blending because we kind of want to have fun with it. So let's change it to add. And what that's going to do is that's going to actually add the 20% visible graphic to the color of the graphic to the green chalkboard, and that's going to kind of make it look like chalk has been erased. So let's go ahead and copy that, and we're going to paste that there, and once again we're going to change the graphic, only this time we're going to go over to this fire graphic because it's a little bit smaller. What we're going to do there, let's change the move route. We're going to leave it on add this time. We're going to change the occupancy to 100. We want it to be twice as visible because this is going to be actual chalk. And since it's a red tile, if it adds with the green tile, it's going to create yellow. So we're going to have a yellow chalk on the chalkboard. Let's go ahead and paste that there, and we're going to edit this one last time. And we're going to select this tile this time. And I like that tile because it has kind of some downward coloring there, kind of like a Y or a G. Alright, so now we have some chalk on our chalkboard, and it should turn out pretty well. Let's go ahead and move the player start down to here, and we're going to save this. And this video turned out to be longer than I thought, so I'm going to save this video and then start a different one for the forest videos.